Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly. Along with my buddy Chad from Fields to Water, we have an awesome guest tonight. We have Mr. Lance Macugay, the Hawaiian fisherman. And if you couldn't guess it from the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about painting lures tonight. And that is just, we're just going to start right off. Mine come in the mail today.
Lance forgot to mail mine. Apparently, I'm just
Look at that. That is straight up it's a piece of art. That is a piece of art.
That is pretty cool. I will give Lance that. He's made some pretty cool looking little flathead lures. I like it.
I saw that. First time he ever posted a picture of one, I was like, I got to have one of these.
Well, sorry for missing last week, folks. I mean, I know you guys were sad to not see my beautiful face, but I'm back.
It's nice to have you back.
I'm glad to be loved there, Josh. I appreciate that, buddy. Oh, but I'm going to say hi to all 18 people. Where's everybody at? Guys, I'm back. Come on. Get them back in here. Let's go.
Come on, let them in.
All right. Well, I'm going to say hi to the folks that... Nope, there it is. It's jumped.
Oh, it just jumped to 25. So
yeah. Usually it takes a minute. All of a sudden, it starts building up. But we'll say hi to Miss Mama Cindy Stokes, Sangamon Angler, Brewer Boys Outdoors, Real and Virtual Outdoors. What's up, Troy?
Hello, Troy.
I haven't talked to Troy in a while. I might have to say hi to him sometime. There's our sister from another mister, Heather Stokes, Joe Buck 66, Danny Stone Outdoors, Nubby's Catfishing.
Danny Stone was early tonight.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's unusual.
He must be in trouble. So he probably got sent to the couch with his.
He might have. Oh, he was sending me reels all day today. So
I've got like 4 of them that I've not even looked at yet, to be honest. But I'll get to them eventually, my friends. There's Miss V. Smith, Catch Fish with Us. I'm seeing the same names over and over and over and over. Whoa, what the heck is going on with my computer? There's Pontoon Jody, what's going on? Josh, I might need you to take it over if this keeps doing this.
Just messing up. We've got Mr. Gimpy, says paint the happy little lures, Lance. Got Nubby's Catfishing. Greg Burgess has joined us. And that gets me down to the bottom here of chat. We're up to 36 now. We've doubled since we just started saying hi to chat. So everybody just a little slow moving in.
Am I freezing up at all for you, Josh?
No, you're doing fine. Yeah, you're doing fine.
Okay, I'm gonna grab my phone for the chat that way, because you guys, I don't even see you. So if you're making faces at me, I don't see it. All I see is green.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and everything's starting to flash.
There's Fishing with Matt Ryan, or Fishing Matt Ryan.
There we go.
Yeah, that's he's one of the California guys, saltwater fishermen.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I've got a buddy. He lives out in California. He just sent me a picture Saturday morning. Sent me a text of his California fishing license he just got and how much it cost him for a resident fishing license. And I about died. It was crazy.
Really? That expensive, huh?
Yeah, I'm actually working. I got 3 9-inch lures I'm working on for Matt Ryan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's gonna
the quarterback from the Atlanta Falcons?
Yeah. He wishes.
Yeah, he had, let's see, sport fish license resident, second rod sport fishing validation, and a sport ocean enhancement.
What's going on here?
$92.
All right, Josh, I'll be back.
That's insane.
It's crazy. I said, man, you guys. I said, I pay less for a non-resident Kentucky license than he did for his resident. So,
yeah, and they don't. That's crazy how they can charge that much.
And they know they got you over a barrel on it. So, let me get things moved around here. while Chad's out. Oh, Chad said be right back. He's having computer issues tonight. I dropped myself down on the little screen. And we are going to take a look. Guys, if you have any questions at all tonight about painting lures, get them in the chat and we'll make Lance answer them for us. So
Yeah, I'll answer them as best as I can.
I tried it a while back. I couldn't get the hang of it. I ended up I used it to paint like the old demon dragons and stuff. You get the blank ones. And the catfish don't seem to care, so I give them a wild paint job just to seal them up, and they seem to work all right.
Right. But I mean, I only started painting, man, about 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. The only reason I started was I lost my job and I was putting in applications. Wasn't getting callbacks. Wasn't get a couple interviews here and there.
Right.
And I quit fishing it was around winter time. So I quit fishing and everything. I didn't fish. I wasn't doing nothing except looking for a job.
Right.
And I got on Amazon and was just looking around, and airbrush stuff popped up. And Audra's like, well, you want to try airbrushing? Like, yeah, I don't know. She goes, I'm going to buy you the set. So she bought me a cheap set. It was just a Masters airbrush. It came with the compressor and three airbrushes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Started out with this one. That's for the fine detail. I think that's like a 0.3 needle in there.
Okay.
Had that one. And this one right here, I think that's a 0.7 or a 0.8 needle in there, if I'm not mistaken. So I started with that, and then it came with a siphon style airbrush. I ain't got a round. I don't know where it's at now, but you hook it up to the jars like this. Now, I don't use those, but when I first did, one of the first people to ever get a painted lure of mine was Richard Cluck.
Okay.
I just sent it to him. It was a jerk bait I sent to him, and he liked the color. It was a blue and orange one, I believe it was. And then I did that at that time, I painted for a couple months. Then I just put it down again. I didn't touch it until this coming winter, actually. Maybe about October, November.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about November, I believe. And after that, I just stuck with it. I started really getting into it, looking into better airbrushes. I was still using the same compressor. Now this is a 105 Patriot Badger. It's their 3-in-1 model. It's comes with the standard 0.5, but it's got a 0.3 detail needle and a 0.7. This one here has the 0.5, which I've used pretty much on all my baits only, because the 0.5 is also, it's a detail needle too. But this right here, thanks to all the flathead orders and Matt Ryan's order, I was able to order the same brush as the first one I showed you. But I got this in today. Haven't used it yet, but I switched out the needle from the 0.5 to the 0.3 needle, so I can do real fine details.
Okay. I was going to ask how Because mine come from Harbor Freight. I don't even know what size needle was in it, but it had that siphon feed, and
Right.
I never really cared for the Harbor Freight airbrush. I ended up picking up a couple of them on eBay that ended up being a little better, but they
You
always
know, there-
seemed too fine. So like
yeah,
if I was,
there's some guys. I joined a lot of the airbrushing groups, especially the lure painting groups. There's guys that say they really like. There's a certain one at Harbor Freight that they like. I
Okay.
haven't looked at it, but there's a guy. He's big time into like doing replicas, and he uses. He said he was in a pinch, so he had to real quick run to Harbor Freight right there in his town, and he bought that airbrush. He says it does real good.
They upgraded they changed brands like I don't know, 6 months to a year after I bought this one, but I didn't get hurt. It came with the compressor and everything else. So I mean, it got me a setup for with a coupon, I think I paid like $70 for it or something like that. But
It's not bad.
there's a question. Hey, come back here.
I already had it up.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Lance, did you
Yeah,
fix your
man.
humidity problem in the dungeon?
Yeah, I got the temperature, the humidity down here because it's wintertime, man. It's 24% right now, but I got the humidity or the temperature up to 65 down here.
Oh, that's nice.
So the temperature is a good temperature. The humidity, yeah, it's low. But what I do is I got this Tupperware, and it's got a sponge in here with 91% rubbing alcohol. What that does, after each pass, I'll put my tip in there keep it from getting tip dry.
Okay.
So yeah. So I've been fighting humidity pretty bad down here. And then you just gotta watch when it dries with the low humidity, you just gotta watch that the paint don't crack and all that. But what I do is I take a little extra precaution, and I use I either use UVLS the clear gloss. That helps the paint. That helps with flow too. And then I got the reducer, and I got this other balancing clear. I'll mix those with the paint. It helps with the flow of the paint, and it helps it from cracking and stuff. So far, so good.
I kept having to use
But I
the
also-
reducer to get mine to even lay down paint. I always had to thin it way out.
Yeah, it depends on what paint you use. Like my fluorescents, because I use Createx pretty much exclusively.
That's what I use because we had a Hobby Lobby nearby, so that's what they
Yeah.
carried.
Right. That's where I get a lot of my paint from Hobby Lobby. And I got the fluorescents, I got the regular opaques, I got the Wicked line, and then I got their transparent colors. Transparents, your fluorescents, they're a little thinner. So every once in a while I do gotta still add the reducer in there. But like I said, I ain't really I do get clogged up every once in a while, especially when you start using your pearls, the pearlized paints, because
Okay.
they're a pain sometimes. You got to
The-
really
not,
reduce
not all
those
paints are
down.
the same, or what? Explain to
No,
me. I am not a painter, Mr. Lance Macugay Ross.
the the viscosity of the paints are different, the thicknesses.
Okay.
And like this one right here, this is the Hobby Lobby brand. And believe it or not, this stuff it sprays excellent. It's real, it's perfect. I don't have to put thinner in there with it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it sprays perfect. I've went down to, on my old compressor, I've gone down to 25 PSI and it sprayed perfectly fine. And it sprays out nice and even too. And then like I got the candies also, the candy colors. That's not a paint, it's actually a dye. It's an ink. And you got to mix those. You can do it either with the UVLS, but what I do is I use this right here, the 4030. I mix that with with the candies, with the reducer. If I didn't do that, I would have to buy what they call bleed check. But because I use those two, use that, and with the reducer, what I use to keep my candies from bleeding and running is I'll spray, once it's dry, I'll spray the UVLS over it. And it does the same thing as the bleed checker.
Okay.
Keeps the candy from bleeding through to the other colors.
Now, when you're adding reducer, are you doing it in the hopper for the brush, or are you doing it in a? Because I know what we always ended up doing was going to Walmart and buying. Okay, I was gonna say we bought the little party shot glasses, and it always seemed worse. And Creole wants to see Lance Ross in action.
Oh, that no can do, because I'm hooked up to a regular air compressor and it gets loud.
Noisy. Yep.
Yeah, it gets very noisy.
Matt Ryan said this is the most talking I've ever seen Lance talk. Man.
As everybody calls it, especially when I'm down here in the dungeon. I'm in the basement, man. That's where I do my airbrushing.
Zoe, you were talking a minute ago about adjusting the pressure on the compressor.
Yeah.
In what situations would you do that? Why would you adjust the pressure on it?
When you do real fine, like when you do your detail work,
okay,
you want your pressure as, I've gone down to 10 PSI, especially like if you're doing crawl patterns. I got stencils for, they're dirty right now. I got stencils for different crawl patterns. I use the basic. I got these stencils. It's got fins and everything on there.
Where'd you get those? Those are awesome.
These are from Whitmore Farms online. You can get them off of eBay.
Okay.
Or off of Amazon. They also have their own website. I got them off of their website. And then like I cut my own stencils. This is for like the shad lures I work with. I will use that. Then, believe it or not, I do a perch pattern because there's a store. I picked up a tackle shop in the next town. Once I get all my labeling done and get the packaging, but I use a regular comb for my perch pattern. I use all the natural colors.
Go ahead.
I try to keep everything. I like doing realistic stuff, but I'll do other patterns. Like
I picked up when I was starting to try to paint stuff before I realized that I'm not that good at it. I picked up an embroidery hoop. Now, it's probably 6, 8 inches in diameter. And then went and got netting. Yep, one of those.
Yeah.
And then you just hold that netting up there, and man, it makes a scale pattern real quick.
Yeah. I got to get what a lot of the guys that the channels I watch that paint lures, like Baker Builds, that guy, a lot of them, what they do, they use that and they use a loofah, cut that out, and they use that for the pattern. But they get a big sponge that you use for washing your car.
Okay.
They'll lay that loofah on there and they'll put that ring over that
Good
sponge
idea.
because it'll hold it down. You just put the sponge underneath it, stuff it under there, and it'll hold it down real tight.
Mark, that's kind of what I was using. Yeah, when I was at Hobby Lobby, I ended up buying it. Basically looked like wedding veil material.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I never knew the sponge trick though. That's awesome because I was trying to hold that thing in the helping hands and do that and not knock it over. And
I use stuff like the flathead pattern. This is what I used right here.
oh, that's wild.
It's just a ribbon. Then I got some other stuff that Audra she bought me. I haven't used yet. I got all different kinds of ribbons. It's got different patterns on it. This is burlap ribbon.
Oh wow.
I'm thinking I haven't used it yet, but I'm thinking that would be good for like real fine scales, like on the base of bait. I used this. I didn't like how it really looked. So it's just trial and error. I got some more stuff that Audra bought me. This got all kinds of different stuff.
You have all kinds of stuff to play around with, and see what comes out.
Yeah. I got some I got plans for I got burlap or twine actually over here that I'm gonna try a different I'm gonna try it on something, maybe a jerk bait or something, and just wrap the twine around the bait and just spray it there, see what comes out. And then I also use acrylic paint pens, these Posca pens.
What? I don't understand this comment. I have never known Lance to be shy.
I've never known Jody to be shy.
Or Jody.
Shy. Man. But yeah. And this is the second flathead I ever did. Came out good, but if you look real close on the inside here, there's paint came off because I was using a cling wrap to keep the epoxy from getting off or from going in the joints and keeping it from moving. It did its job, but it tore off some of the paint.
Let's see. Mark Barnum has a question. He asked if you've watched Krista for Colorado, who does baits.
I probably have. I watch so many different YouTube channels for airbrushing. It's unbelievable. I can't keep up with them.
See, Jerry Parker has joined us. Hello, Jerry. I need to call him later.
And I seen somebody ask what would hit these small flathead baits. A lot of people, first off, I've never seen a bait like this. And I've bass fished for many years. I've never seen a flathead bait. But I bet they would work good over some lily pads.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
during
I mean,
early
you think
spring.
baby catfish of any.
Well, you think get it in there around some laydowns and everything. I
Yeah.
bet
Yeah.
it'd get smoked.
They get
Yeah.
eaten just like, baby catfish get eaten just like other bait fish.
Troy from Real and Virtual Outdoors said you need to paint up some spoons for salmon fishing this year. That'd be cool looking too.
Yeah. See, I know a lot of guys that there's a guy up here that he's got a big business. He does that 100% of the time. And he caters to the salmon fishing. He does all the different jerk baits and spoons and divers and all this stuff. I just like jerk baits. A lot of like Chris from Catch Fish With Us. He was my first official customer. I painted up some fluorescent jerk baits for him for walleye. So I'm sticking with jerk baits and crank baits, stuff like that. And then I love doing gizzard shad. I actually got it ain't painted up. Well, I do got some painted. I got one painted I can show.
Yeah, let's see it.
It's not a natural color, but
What's up, Brian B?
Well, we've got a break here. There was a question from Matt Ryan. He asked, do we have to behave on the channel or can we be normal? Have fun, have lots of fun, but keep it family friendly in the chat.
Yes.
Because we do have kids that watch the show. So
Yep.
we're not prudes by any stretch of the imagination. So
here's a couple different ones.
I'm liking that purple back. Oh, that looks good right there.
This right here, I actually painted a couple crankbaits for Randy Swain. And it was the same color pattern, but I brought down where the blue ends here on this one. I brought the blue all the way down. He wanted it to come all the way down. I did the same pattern, the dots, but I did most of the belly on his. I did red, and then on the breast part here on the chest, I did purple, like a plum purple.
I like that. I like that pattern. That looks good.
And then this one here, I did that. I did two like this. So it's pretty much, his is pretty much it's got the color like this on the front, except it's with the blue and red belly. And this is this jerk bait right here that's a deep diver. It goes about 13 feet. But that's with the candy color on the side. It's got tequila yellow. I think it's got pearl white and poison green on here. And then it's got a real faint pattern on the side, like scale pattern. And this one here, it ain't got hooks on it, but that was just, I took a shot, man, and I just layered a bunch of different colors on here. And it's the same ribbon I use for the flatheads.
I can see the similarities on that.
Now, since Lyle's not here and he would know all about like the depth stuff on these because they're bass lures. So that one there, how deep do those dive?
I'm not sure.
3 to 5 feet.
Maybe about 5-6 foot.
Yep, 3 to 5 feet, Chad.
So those right there probably those might be good for skipjack and wipers.
That's a square bill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the 4-wheeler of crankbaits, Chad. You throw that in a thick cover, and that square bill will deflect And
I'm
when
just
when it deflects,
wondering.
Yeah.
Obviously we like sabiki rigs and stuff for skipjack fishing, but that first one that he showed, it's kind of got that shad
that
coloring.
blue pattern, yeah,
That might be good for when they're not always hitting top water, having
mhm.
one a little bit deeper.
You talking about that one?
Yep.
Oh man, I bet a skip would smoke that.
Yep.
This is actually this pattern right here, this color scheme I'm keeping. I will do custom paint jobs if people wanted a certain color and all that. But I'm sticking with this paint scheme. I'll probably stick with this one also.
I like that one. I like the translucent on that one.
Yeah. And really the hardest part to me is choosing the eyes to complement the whole bait. And this one right here, I love painting the glide baits.
Those things always end up looking cool. I've never fished one of those. They always end up looking cool though.
I'm
Yeah, this
wondering
was
one like that, Lance, of a moon eye or a golden eye color with the big
I could probably do that.
that would look pretty cool.
Yeah, this right here was, oh man. It's a certain color pattern right now. And then this is my version of, this is one of the first
That thing's
ones I
cool
did.
looking.
That's like the bleeding shad.
I was gonna say that's like a zombie shad, man. That's
Yeah. That
Yeah.
looks like something Danny Stone would be fishing with in the middle of the wintertime.
mm-hmm.
You got the bleeding shiner. This is like pretty much that way, but I did the splatter all over, and I used that. I cut a paintbrush at an angle and the brushes, and I just splattered the red all over it. That was just me messing around.
Let's see. There's a question. Whisker bent and river bound. Do you prefer treble hooks or offset single hooks?
I actually myself, I like the 2/0 circle hooks, the River Cat Tackle German steel. And that right there. I mean,
That
I do
right,
got
that one was, yeah, I think he's asking about zombie shad. He asked if that was a mistake.
No, that wasn't a mistake. And this right here, this is different. I got my iridescent paints in, the Createx iridescent line in, and I just went to town on this one with those. This is all iridescent paints, except for the fins. I used the Posca pens on those to get the fins black, and then I did black along the gills.
Mr. Gimpy's right. Those make great gifts for the fishermen and ladies in your life. So.
Yep.
I had never even thought about trying circle hooks on a crankbait until this one arrived today, and I was like, I don't know why they haven't been doing this. So
that's why I was asking like those ones you were just showing, like in a moon eye or a shad pattern or whatever. You go to somewhere like Chickamauga Dam and you cast those out. God only knows what kind of catfish you're going to catch.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not a fan of treble hooks, so
yeah.
No, I've lost too many fish with treble hooks, and there's video where I was bass fishing at Lake of Egypt. It was crankbait season, so I was throwing a deep diving crankbait. Bring the fish into the boat. I boat flipped him, and he proceeded to flip and hit me in the calf, and he and I were attached to one another for a minute. So
yeah, and that right there, that is a 9-inch walleye, and that I got 3 more that I'm working on that for Matt Ryan. I'm doing 3 different. I'm doing a sand bass, a calico bass, and a barred bass for him. Saltwater fish on a walleye lure. He wanted a big lure, so
Yeah, that
I
ought
went
to
with
do it.
these.
Yeah.
His are sitting on the side, but this one here, I'm gonna keep, and I am gonna paint this the actual walleye pattern.
I might have to get me one of those whenever you get to doing those. So
Yeah, I get once I get done with Matt's, I'm gonna start painting on that one and I'm gonna try the walleye pattern. But I do got
Matt says I'm gonna put the lures Lance is painting for me in a shadow box and display them. Yeah, they ain't no kidding. They are. I mean, this one's beautiful.
I got these are the 110 jerk baits. They suspend.
Okay.
I just ordered these not that long ago. So they just came in maybe about 2 weeks ago. But I got different ones. I got little minnow, a little like the flicker shad, but
Okay.
these are 3.5-inch minnow. And I've painted a few of them up. I ain't got them with me though. But yeah, I do. And I got one more. Shape like this that I haven't painted yet. So I might look into doing a moon eye pattern on that one.
Yeah, you just let Chad know if you get that one.
I've got to figure out where I've got them, but years and years and years ago, and he wasn't using a airbrush or anything, but my grandpa had a ton of crankbait blanks, and they're the oddest looking bill on these crankbaits you ever seen. But I found them after he was long since passed away, and found a few of them he'd painted up with. He was just brushing them, just something to kill the time with, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a wild looking. I've never seen another blank that looks like that. I'm gonna have to, if I can find them, I have to send you a couple and have you paint them up for me just to put on display when I get everything set up. So
It sounds good. Just let me know. So yeah, I wouldn't have gotten into the airbrushing if I wouldn't have lost my job, and if Audra wouldn't have bought the airbrush kit for me.
here's John from River Cats Tackle, said he got his today. Said thank you, Lance.
You're welcome. Yeah, I painted him up one. I sent him a flathead, and I did I don't know if I sent you the picture of that one or not, Josh. I did the mullet pattern on that one.
I could see Chad rocking a mullet.
No, see, I only have the skills for a skullet. Mark Barnum said Chad will buy a moon eye lance. Make sure you charge a lot. He's got deep pockets.
He's got deep pockets, so yeah, that's.
Oh yeah.
Chad would want a golden eye.
But I do like you. What I thought I just said. Yeah, right here. Did you just hit it? Nope, I just hit it. There it goes. Nope.
Yep.
Hold on, I got it. There we go. My flathead is going to hang from my view mirror. That, yeah. I mean that. Even without the hooks, that'd be a great place to put those.
Yeah, I've got a few in shadow boxes.
They were behind a couple days, but you know that's how snail mail works.
That's the postal service. So
yeah,
I know when you shipped out mine, it according to the tracking, postal service said it would be here Saturday.
Yeah,
and I laughed. I said I'll get it on Monday, and then come Saturday, it said it was sitting at St. Louis, and it. Chris, be nice.
So yeah, I mean, I love painting. I don't know. People ask me how I learned. Man, I got that kid in. I put the hooked everything up, put some paint in the brush, and I just pulled the trigger and just started painting.
So you hadn't really done this before or anything like that? Just
No. The last time I ever touched any kind of airbrush, and it was for maybe one 45-minute class, that was when I was like 13 years old. I was in 7th grade or 8th grade. And that was the very last time I ever touched one. Never touched one ever since.
Okay.
Nobody taught me nothing about it. I picked up, got that kid in. I ordered some real cheap, Audra got me some real cheap baits from Amazon. And I put some paint in there. Didn't know what the heck I was doing. And I came up. I just went off of memory of color patterns that I knew of when I was bass fishing. So like the sexy shad, I was trying to do stuff like that. Then I was like, once I started up again this past November, I just started doing my own thing. And I decided after a while, when I did Chris's order, I did what he wanted. I did the fluorescent colors for his walleye on the jerk baits. After that, George Duncan. He wanted a Gimpy's, but he wanted a gizzard shad. So I ordered these, and I looked at pictures, looked at a lot of pictures, see how the color scheme was, and after that, turn on some AC/DC, Metallica, and just
paint
down here in the basement and just start blasting paint.
we believe you, Chris.
I believe you, Chris. Yeah, absolutely. She has a history. Just ask Mike Greenwell.
Yeah, blaming that saint of a woman. So Lance, so when you get into it and you're sitting there listening to your AC/DC and you're painting, what's a normal amount of time that you spend doing this?
I'll stay down here for hours. I can stay down here 3, 4 hours, 5 hours.
What's the longest stretch that you've done sat there and painted?
Probably about 5 hours. 5, 6
Matt,
hours.
right. Matt, I like you already, buddy.
Yeah. Don't stop believing.
He said play some Journey too.
Lance.
We're going to see Journey in April or June, I think.
I turn on, because I listen to the music off of YouTube. Once I hit that play button, whatever's playing, man, Bob Seger comes across. You got Ozzy, Pink Floyd, whatever's on whatever. I start off with one group and then it just plays.
It just goes from there. Yeah, that's how mine does.
So I listen to everything, Journey, Eagles, everything. It just plays. I'm just here. You guys are actually sitting in my paint booth. It's just a small little pop-up from Menards. Cost me $18. I got a box fan set up behind it. I got a regular filter, 20 by 20 by 1 inch set up so I can spray into that, get the fumes out. Shoot, that's how I clean my my airbrush. Then I got my coffee can over here where I start. I pretty much dump everything into this. Then I finish off just spraying it through, cleaning it all out. But it depends on the bait. Some of them just like my crankbaits. And the more you do it, it's like anything else. You get quicker at it.
It's all about that practice.
Yep.
Yeah. but I knew nothing about really how to fade in colors. And if you know the basics, pretty much how to match up colors, what looks good, then that's when I decided I want to do, because the lure painting, that's just the beginning. My actual goal is to one day get good enough to do replicas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
That's why I want to stick with, my main thing is I want to stick with the true color patterns of all the fish, like the walleye, the gizzard shad. I've done George. He's got 2 glide baits from me. The same ones like this, one in the gizzard shad and one in the threadfin paint scheme. And then I seen the catfish. That's when I said, I'm gonna do a flathead.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, if you don't remember, so from what Lance is at now, you can go back into our, what is it called? Book of shows, and you can see what, where Lance will be within 5 years of when he's doing replicas.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
you can go back and look at, I can't remember how far back that is. Josh.
It's been about a year probably. You talk about Josh
Yeah.
from River's Edge.
And yeah,
the
I
River's
just
Edge
watched the
production.
video from that he posted a few days ago when he went live on Facebook.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I didn't see that. But
Yeah,
so-
he was painting up another, what'd he say, another state record blue cat.
wow.
Oh wow.
And he was talking about how he does lure painting and all that. He's just talking about what types of paint he uses for lure painting and what he uses for replicas.
Heather Stokes has a good question. She asks, how do we order from you?
You can hit me up on Facebook Messenger. That'd be the best way.
Okay. I had linked when I did the description of the show the other day. I put your Facebook link and your YouTube link on there as well. So
All right, cool. And then I keep track of the orders. I got my small book, man. Audra gave me a little notebook. I write down, John told me, because John has many years of painting experience. He was like, make sure you write down how much paint of each paint you use, what paint it is, write it down for each one. So you can go back in your notes and you can look.
then you get an idea what, that's good. That's a good way to narrow down what it's costing you per lure too. So
yeah. And John, Miss Stephanie, and Audra, they've been real big helps on that, because like I told them, I can paint these things, but to break it down on how to get the prices for everything, I have no dang clue.
oh yeah. I had
So
made you were
they've
talking
been a
about
big
colors.
help,
I
man.
had made some wild colors. I had bought a gold and a silver, and they were so transparent that you had to lay down a base coat to get them to work.
Yeah.
And whether you threw them over a white base coat or a black base coat, it would kind of change up their sheen. I started throwing them over some other stuff. I think I threw it over a red one time, threw the gold over a red, ended up making almost like a rose gold, which is one of Christina's favorite colors. So
Yeah, the darker it just depends. It'll do different things to it, especially like with your iridescence and your candies and stuff and your pearls. It'll bring out certain color in there. But yeah, I got all kinds of stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's still a small collection of paint, but it works for what I'm doing right now. I got the like I said, I got the Wicked line. I mainly use Createx, but I do got, believe it or not, the most expensive paints I got. Man, I love the interference. The interference green. It's actually on the flathead.
Okay.
I use that on the flathead pattern. But these little 1 ounce bottles, they are not cheap. If you know anything about paint brands, Golden, that's an expensive paint.
Matt Ryan wants to know, Lance, could you show one of mine that you're working on?
Right now, all I got down is the base coat, because I was working on is the calico, and I didn't like how that looked, so I'm gonna start working on his barred bass. But I just got base coats on. That's just a base coat right there.
And that's one of the 9 incher you said, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna put the saltwater pattern for all the 3 different bass.
Look cool when it's done.
Yeah. I tried to start with the calico, and it just didn't come out the way I wanted it to. So I stopped.
Nice PJs, Lance.
Yeah.
Creole scene there, we were all their pajama pants. Guys,
Yep.
It could be worse. Lyle dropped the camera one time, and
I don't want to relive that.
So yeah, I'm working on those. That's just the base coat. That's actually the tan from the Hobby Lobby paint set. And it flows.
that's a good looking, that's a good looking base coat.
Yeah. Actually, I like that. Their brand is actually really good for cheap bait. But I take all the
lures are detailed, very difficult. Absolutely.
Hey, I'm trying to keep the Christmas spirit up, I guess.
I don't know what you're using to clean your airbrushes. I was going to ask you about that, but what I ran into, I forget where I even found it, but somebody told me to get the cheapest windshield washer fluid at Walmart that you could get. And when you could put that in there, spray it through it, it would take all the paint out of there. So
yeah, you just got to make sure you can use Windex. I just use, at the end of the paint session, I use the Createx airbrush cleaner.
Okay.
But usually during the paint session, just going through the different colors, I just use plain tap water.
Okay.
Shoot it out, fill the cup, spray it out.
Yeah, I think I kept like a 2-liter soda bottle, and I'd just spray into it until it would kind of clear out a little bit.
Yeah.
You've got me wanting to get mine back out now. So
I got these right here. I got the 91% rubbing alcohol. That's what I keep in the little dish I showed at the beginning. That helps, especially with the humidity being low. It keeps from getting tip dry.
What's a good humidity level?
About 55, 60.
Okay.
50 will work too. But
you said you're sitting like 20 something right now?
Yeah. Actually, I know I'm sitting at 25. It's 67 degrees, 25% humidity. I got the digital. Well, it's actually 32 humidity, so it's gone up since we've been down here.
I bought a bunch of little digital humidity gauge. Well, actually, I needed one, and it was the same price for 10 or like 10 of them on Amazon as it was for one. So I ended up buying them. But I made a drying bin, I guess you could say, for my 3D printer filament because it likes to stay dry, and it keeps it. I dumped 2 gallons of desiccant in there and then 3D printed a thing to keep the filament rolls on it. It keeps it like 10% all the time. So
Yeah. And like for when I get done with a paint job, before I put the top coat on, I use where's that? I use UVLS, and I put a decent amount on there. I do it until it start looking cloudy on the bait. It don't run, but it gets cloudy. I'll let it sit overnight, and then the next day, when I first started off, I was using the KBS spray aerosol. Thing with that, I was putting 3-4 coats on. Like when I did Chris's, that's what I used was the KBS.
okay,
It's good. It came out real nice. Chris loved how they looked. V liked how her lure looked. Because I sent her one to put on her Christmas tree that she keeps up, I guess, year round with fishing lures off of it.
a Fishmas tree. There we go.
Yeah. But I switched over to lure coat that I get off of lurebuild.com.
Okay.
And it's a 2-part epoxy, and it works good as long as you got to do equal parts. So I found syringes, and then I found little cups at where was we? Hobby Lobby, I think, we was at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Found little cups with measurements on the side, so I just use that. And I usually just do 2.5 millimeter of the epoxy and then 2.5 of the hardener, and then I mix that for like 5 minutes. It says 3 to 5, so I just do the max. Because at one point I did have a batch of lures that I did, and I must have went over on either the epoxy or the hardener, and they never set up.
Never cured.
Yeah, they never cured at all. But I fixed that, and when I was mixing up some for another batch of lures, I brought them upstairs. And the problem too was down here it was real cold, so dead of winter was in negative 35, negative 40. So I'm like, I brought them upstairs. That's where I do my top coating now, my final top coat. I do them upstairs where I'll crank the heater up to like 70. And it works out fine. And I hang them up there because with the lure build top coat epoxy, you can hang them. You don't have to rotate the lures.
I was going to ask if you had a rotisserie or something for it to keep it from dripping.
Yeah, I looked into building one, but I was like, I found that lure build epoxy and it works out. That's what I use on all my baits now. And I only put one. There's only one coat, even on the flathead lure you got.
Really?
Just one. Yeah, just one thin coat.
That's got some. It's got some ungodly gloss to it. I mean, that looks good.
So, and then the very first one I started out with was Gorilla epoxy, the Gorilla Glue epoxy, the two-part epoxy. I use that. This one right here, that was the Gorilla Glue epoxy on here. That it works good.
Trying to think of what one it was. They sell it in big containers. I think it was Loctite brand, a two-part epoxy, and it was you could get two like 3 or 4 ounce bottles.
Yeah.
It was like $15, something like that, Walmart. So
Yeah, there's all kind. Everybody uses different ones. I've come to like the lure coat because it comes out good as long as you got to measure it. That was my mistake at first. I was weighing the stuff instead of measuring. I had my little scale and I was weighing it out, and it worked. Just that one batch. I've never had no other problem. Just that one batch. It was either too cold down here or I went over.
Epoxy can get funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it can get real funny. But that's the main thing. You just you put on a real thin coat, and like that, the flathead lures, the ones I sent out, yours and the other 9 or 10 I did, they within 6 hours they were dry.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I let them hang overnight. I let them hang for 24 hours.
Let's see, and jumping right through the.
Oh, they're just talking about their comfy dressing in the chat.
Everybody's talking about being comfy dressed in there now. Does anybody have any more questions for Lance before we?
And
we're running a bit long tonight, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, my last question is, and I know you touched base about this a little bit ago, but if somebody was going to start doing this today, just a quick, what would be a good starter? Like, would the Harbor Freight kit type stuff be the good starter to get going, or is it,
Yeah.
And where can they start practicing on this? Like, just buy, like you said, I think buy some cheap lures and off of like Amazon to start with, or what?
Yeah, just go to Amazon. See, this is the compressor I started with. It don't have a tank on it. The pulsation on the thing, it sucks, but I've never had a problem. Every once in a while it will splatter the paint, but
it looks like mine.
Yeah, it's the Cool Runner. I mean, it's a good little, it lasted me 2 years and it still works. It just doesn't go above 30 PSI no more.
Oh.
Okay.
But the nice thing about that one, it'll work to get somebody started. It comes with 3 master airbrushes, like the 2 I showed you, and then it comes with one, the siphon, and it comes with the jars like this. And that's just, you push the trigger down and it sprays paint. This is what they call a 2-step. You push down, that's air.
And then pull
the
back.
further back you pull, the more paint that flows out.
Okay.
And this thing, it'll empty. If you pull it all the way back, I've done it. You pull it all the way back, it'll empty out pretty quick.
So be very careful.
I upgraded. Well, I didn't upgrade technically because I'm running a 2-gallon compressor from from Menards. Cost me like $65 for a 2-gallon compressor. It's got the gauges on there. I had to get the quick connect set up so I could hook up my air hose to it. I just got this one in because it don't have a moisture trap. I bought one that has the moisture trap built
that's
into
cool.
it. So I ain't got to worry about moisture getting up into my airbrush and messing my paint up. So the moisture trap is built into there.
Okay.
But if somebody wants to go right away and get an expensive, this really ain't expensive. This airbrush here cost me $110 from spraygunner.com.
Okay.
And like this is the same one, but I do recommend you, if you do go with the Badger, which I love the Badger, they're good airbrush. Set up all airbrushes with the quick connects on there because it's easier just to switch out. If you have multiple guns, you can pop it off, and I got all mine. They're all set up with quick connects.
Oh, that's cool.
Just pop it on. This is my 0.5, and the way you can tell, Badger color coded their needles. The 0.5 has got the blue ball on it. 0.3 has the black ball on there.
Okay.
But yeah, you just pop them off. And the reason I'm sticking with the same exact guns, one, I like the Badger gun, the Badger brush, and it comes with all the other, it comes with the 0.3 and the 0.7 needle. And like I said, it comes in the brush, it comes with the 0.5 standard. But now I got all extra. I got 0.3 here, 0.5 here, another 0.5. What is this? 0.7. I got all the extra brushes or needles and nozzles.
Very
So
cool.
if one bends for some reason, because they are very fragile.
I was gonna say I dropped one time and it ruined it. I found out real quick that there wasn't no coming back from that.
Yeah. And even the nozzles are real fragile too. So they're small. If you lose that thing, you better have a backup or you ain't spraying for a while. That's why I want to stick with the same, all the Badger 105 Patriot 3-in-1s, just so I have the extra needles. I have the nozzles. I was searching I got the wrong dang end, but I'm gonna keep this. Eventually I'll set up another compressor just to have.
Cool.
Oh, Danny's got a good question. He said, "Can you do face painting for kids?" Said, "Bring it to Memphis." So, Lance, you going to Memphis here in a couple weeks?
No, I am not going because when it comes to driving, I don't drive out of state by myself because my eyesight's so bad, man. You know, I had cancer when I was in my early to mid 20s, and I got scarring from the chemo and stuff. Plus, Audra says I have road rage, and she don't trust me driving that far.
Memphis is a bad place to have road rage too, because it's going to be real easy to get it.
Yeah.
I think the only one worse is Chicago.
Yeah.
But like I said, and yeah, they can start off. I mean, like if you get the master set to start off, it runs about that kit I bought, Audra bought for me. It was about $150. If you got Prime, that's free shipping. And then you got all these. This is all the different 3D eyes I got, different sizes. I got off of Amazon. All different colors. To me, the hardest part of airbrushing, ain't even the airbrushing. That, I don't know. It came, everybody says I got a natural talent. Nobody taught me anything. I laid down, put some paint in the brush, and I sprayed and came out with all this.
Like I said, practice makes perfect, my friend. But we're going on an hour and 10 minutes, and as much as I love both of you to death, I've been up since 4 a.m. So I'm going to cut you both off and say let's
been up since
wrap this
3:30.
bad boy up.
Well, Lance, we definitely appreciate you joining us tonight, and
Yeah, thanks for having me.
we'll have to get you back on again here for too long. And
But make sure you go check him out on Facebook, Lance Macugay, and you can see the stuff that he has got out there. You can also contact him there, right? You said that you put the link in the
in the video or
description.
the description to the show, it has Lance's YouTube channel and it has a link to his Facebook. So get a hold of him through Messenger and go from there.
All right, and I'm going to say bye con Dios, but I am going to drop a link if anybody's interested to see where Lance is going to be within 5 years. I'm holding you to this, that you are going to have your own replica business going in 5 years. So I'm going to drop the link right as we're getting ready to end tonight.
There we
See, and we all need to hold Lance accountable
to this.
He said earlier that's his goal. So we want to encourage our buddy Lance to get there. So
Hey, I'm just trying to get this lure business off the ground right now.
Well, if we can help you with it in any way, you let us know. We'll be happy to help you. So,
yep.
I mean, right now the best thing to do is word of mouth, and if you want anything, just contact me through Messenger or email. If you contact me through email, I can send. I'll email you my phone number, and we can talk on the phone. So, yeah, thanks for having me up, guys. Too bad Santa Claus wasn't on here tonight.
he was intimidated. He didn't have the beard to match yours. So
I know what it really was. When you whipped out all those bass lures, he knew he was going to do it. He's going to get excited.
He would have whipped out the platinum Bass Pro card, and it would have just been on. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yep, Heather's absolutely right there. Small businesses take time, trust, and believe. That's the truth.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, everybody. Well, we will see you next week where we have our 2-hour Top Cat special, and we'll be on there watching that. So we will let you guys go. Appreciate you watching.
We will see you guys next week.
Next Monday. Take care, Lance. Good seeing you, buddy.
Yep, and enjoy the warmth coming this week, guys and gals.
Later.